Everybody out there in YouTube land, welcome to my 4K Appreciation Live video. Okay, so a couple things here is I was going to try to put us on the laptop, but that didn't work. I'm still trying to troubleshoot it. Maybe I'm too far away from my Wi-Fi. Can't connect to the network. I don't know why. Everything else is connected. Hey, look at that. K Studio and David Champlin. We're in the house. Woot woot. So I'm getting comments, but it's not saying that anybody is on. I do have one like so far, so I guess that's going to be a discrepancy here. We've seen it in the past as well. It doesn't track everybody. Plus, hopefully, like I said, even with my cell phone, is it crooked? Looks a little crooked. Hello, K Studio. Sorry about my voice. It's not been great. So yeah, I was gonna put you on the laptop. I don't know, so to speak, if that would have worked anyway, because I would have had to have been like way down here, which I'm already cutting off my head as it is here. So it's gonna be an awkward one for sure, uh, just because of stuff like that. But that's what these tests are for, right? So you can kind of see me. Nope, my face is cut off a little bit there. Basically, yeah, this is just a this is the first live stream in the new house. We're trying to get everything set up. I was going to be on 10-15 minutes early, but of course technical issues. My laptop had to update and then it wouldn't connect to the internet. So now we're on the cell phone and we're just going to roll with it. Okay, so let's see here. I need oh, it's on there. The camera is actually, the phone is actually on my camera right now. I put it up there. It's not ideal. Hey, Animal, nice to see you. So just so you know, we do have a giveaway going on, and if you show up on the live stream, you're going to be a part of it. It's a half brick giveaway. We usually announce it at about 30 minutes in, 35 minutes, about halfway through the live stream. Hey, we got some more names coming in. Manja, absolutely fantastic. Yes, this is. I figured I'd start off the live stream with a big trick, right? I do apologize for any technical issues and my voice. The allergy seasons this year is brutal. So yes, we have a big deck of cards so that we can do a big trick. I have not done a whole lot with big decks of cards, but we're gonna try something today. So let's go through here now that I've been mixing up the cards, because now we're gonna find the jokers. So we've got the two jokers here. This is a trick that I've done on the channel before, just to kind of, just call it good for the beginning of the live stream. Make sure I stay in frame. And the nice thing about the big cards is no matter how far away I go, they still look pretty big. So they go into the center of the deck, just like so. Okay. Now, you guys, this is the moment you've all been waiting for, right? You get to choose any card. I'll just go with the first card that shows up in the chat there. So whatever the first card is, you pick whatever card you like, and that's the card that we're going to go with, okay? Six of clubs. Fantastic. I snap my fingers, and the six of clubs will now be in between the two jokers. Yeah, I know. It's going to be quite amazing. See, we have a joker here on the bottom. We also have one here on the top. So that means the six of clubs. Now, this is the wonky part, right? Because the six of clubs is actually in between the two jokers. I know, that's quite impressive. As soon as we can find it here, spreading through these cards is quite difficult. That's the spade. We've got a six of clubs coming in here somewhere. There we are. The six of clubs. As you can see, it is clearly somewhere in between the two jokers. I'm trying to spread out the deck with my hands there. It's not quite working. But okay, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how is that magical, right? How is that very magical? So why don't we try snapping our fingers again, doing a little magic wave, and the jokers have disappeared off from the top and bottom. But if we spread through the cards, we will actually find the two jokers in the center surrounding a six of clubs. There you have it. So that starts off our live stream with a big trick, because it's a big deck of cards. I don't get to use them very often, so I figured I would do that. Absolutely fantastic. I haven't watched the that show yet. I've been kind of watching snippets on Wes Barker. Hey, thank you. I'm seeing a lot of fantastic new names in here. Absolutely. If I have to correct myself if this is accurate, but I learned this from Jason Marr through the Magic Guys. So if you guys aren't watching them, go ahead and check them out. Hey, Super Emma Tangsu, nice to have you on. And that was a fantastic trick. But I believe, and like I said, I've got to fact check this, but I believe Doug Kahn taught it as well recently on his channel, and it's called the Smiling Mule. That's what that's called. It's a nice little sandwich trick. So that's fantastic. You can go check it out on his channel to learn it. I would say 100% of my giveaways are international for the most part. However, due to time constraints, we have a move going on right now. I've got other stuff I'm working on. I'm starting a new job this week. So a lot of fantastic things happening. And because of things going on in the world, things might be delayed. I don't know if K Studio is, have you got your package yet? I still haven't heard anything back. Once it leaves the United States, there's no tracking on our end anymore. Right now, things are really tough. I do apologize. It's got to be out there somewhere. Hopefully it arrives to you at some point. I don't know if restrictions have doubled down or anything like that. Here in the United States, things have started to kind of open back up a little bit. So yes, international giveaway, just to be sure. It's not going to be like an indefinite thing. I hope everything arrives, but I will send it out as soon as I can. It's a half brick giveaway, so there is some restraints there with that, but no problem with that. I've got my laptop down here, so if I'm looking at it from time to time, I actually put India. Fantastic. Yep, that's great. We love bringing the community together. I mean, you're in India, I'm in the United States. We've got people all over the world. It's absolutely fantastic. I will have to load up on the Wheel of Destiny. I can't do that because my laptop won't connect to the internet. So yes, I actually had the other one here, but that's the unopened one. I was going to show you guys this because I always like to plug stuff that we're working on here. If I could find it, like I said, I got stuff I thought that was the right one. It was not. Here we go. Okay. So K Studio has opted to be a part of this project. I have two deck designs that I'm currently working on. Things have halted because of the move and getting internet set up and all that stuff. So it's something that I want to get back into targeting in June. But hopefully we'll be able to get that through. But I just want to show you, if you guys are new on the channel, we do have a sign-off deck that we are producing. So we try to take some elements of different decks that we do like. These are through MPC playing cards. I almost said MNC. So they're not going to be, you can use them. I mean, there's nothing that says that you can't use these. This actually is part of the promotion. There's a video that I have out for that. Part of the promotion the gaff that's going to come with this deck is, it's actually a QR code gaff that will lead to a hidden video that will basically be a card reveal, because one of my favorite tricks is the multiple outs. I haven't done a whole lot here on the channel in general of having multiple outs, but I've done the phone out. I have the card on the phone. And then, of course, now we have the QR code, which will take you to YouTube. Now, this is a double thing here because if anybody buys the deck and then they decide to use this card trick that lets them uh, do a card reveal through YouTube, that does bring you to my YouTube channel. So it's kind of a homage to the fact that these are officially for my YouTube channel. So right on there it says, "Stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome" is my catchphrase, my motto. We've got the little Triskele on there, and we've got the coins. Okay, and the reason why I've got the coins on there is because if I can find it in the first go here, let's see here. I got a bunch of coins in my pocket. Here we go. Okay, so now, so imagine you've got yourself a nice little trick going on here, and this is something for the future. So pay close attention to this. This is something that will come up again. Okay, so now you've got yourself a nice little gold coin right off there. Now, what this will allow you to do is it will actually allow you to have a gaff card with only one coin on it. So if I produce a gold coin, I can actually do something to make it a one-sided thing there. So stay tuned for that because that's going to be something that's going to come up again. I'm trying to keep everything up here in the air. Obviously, anytime that you're doing magic, because we talk about magic theory, as a beginner magician, I have tricks that I know, but my performance level needs to come up. So I'm trying to work on performance. I love talking, so this really helps. So basically, you have two different distinct approaches to your routines and to your performances, right? So you have a stand-up routine where you're walking around, everything happens here. Okay, so that way you can actually create yourself a little bit of a cushion where by lifting your arms up slightly, you can give yourself a little bit of a cushion because you can actually drop down to do other things. Especially if you start up here, you're showing people cards, and then as you drop down, you've actually given yourself an angle. You're controlling the angle. This is something that we learned in self-defense, which is interesting to apply it here. It's wrap. You want to control the range, you want to control the angle, and you want to control the plane. Okay, you can do the same thing here in a performance. You can control all of these things by giving yourself a little bit of a cushion and raising up a little bit so that when you come down to a more natural state, you're not like dropping way too low, which is suspicious. You're actually starting in the peripheral view of the people saying, "Hey, we've got some nice cards going on here. Let me show you something." And now you've just went into a more natural state and you've given yourself a cushion. So keep that in mind when you're standing and you're walking around. So that's something that you want to think about, because the other side of it is when you're at a table and you've got a nice little display. I could bring you down here to show you. Maybe later on we'll do some table work. But that's what you want to keep in mind, is that there are multiple tricks to learn, and some of those tricks might require a table to drop your cards down onto or anything like that. So this is the coin deck. This is the coin version of that deck. Now, we do have a separate version that we are working on with K Studio. He submitted this design. This will be the version 2, not necessarily, no, how do I want to put it? It's not the V2, it's a separate variation of the same design. So instead of doing a coin like that, we're actually doing a triangle. It's a geometry version. It still has the small coins in the center, but now it's got this nice little mix in there, geometry version. It kind of pays a little bit of, I like the word homage. I've been using it a lot lately. It pays a little bit of a homage to the Harry Potter, but in terms of copyright, it's just a geometry version. It doesn't represent the Deathly Hallows or anything like that, because that would fall under copyright infringement. It just falls under shapes, because we do shapes, and I absolutely love this. This is the first prototype for these, and we have been working on a second one. At some point, we might be showing you that once we get it loaded up. When we get back to doing our live working on, we'll get to OBS and stuff once I figure out the internet on the laptop. This is the first time I've had it here, so it's going to probably be a whole task figuring that out. It was suggested that we change the ribbon on this one because it's kind of a little bit smaller. So what we did was we turned it into a rainbow. So we actually have a speckled rainbow, just like the background here, but it's more of a tight design. So when you spread it out like that, you'll actually get a little bit of that color wave in there. So that's absolutely fantastic. So I ordered these. These are glossy deck cases. I actually ordered 3 extra ones on accident. The tuck boxes. The reason why I ordered them is because I thought maybe I could draw on them and color them to get an idea of what it would look like. But uh, because it's glossy, I got the permanent marker on there. It seems to do fine, but I'd have to buy like a whole set of permanent markers and do something fancy with that. So these decks will come out. Uh, I was hoping that I would have them ready to move to production probably by the end of June, but it looks like it's going to be pushed out further, maybe to the autumn. And yeah, at first we're just going to do a promotional thing with them, and then later on we'll move into just having them on the channel for selling. Did I buy any new magic items? This is actually a fantastic, fantastic question because we did a little bit of a trick. We talked about the project that we have stalled currently, but we do have a project there. Let me come down here real quick. We do have a couple of things. I did buy. They're not magic items per se. This one is from Rise Magic, but what these are, this is mail time. We like to open some mail here on the live. Sometimes I will just, uh, sometimes I'll just open them live throughout the week when I get them, or I'll just review my, just record myself opening them. But yes, so basically, here's 2 big things that are happening in June, right? If you guys aren't familiar, Rise Magic, Chandler Henry, that's his name, it says right here, Chandler Henry. He runs Rise Magic with his brother. But Chandler and his fiancee Whitney are getting married in June. So that's a big thing happening in his life. So in June, he's going to be off. And then Doug Kahn is actually getting married as well. So he's going to be taking a little break in June. So it's going to be a fantastic thing. So what I did was I ordered a bunch of stuff from Rise Magic, and then I bought something from Doug in celebration of that, I guess. So this package suspiciously looks like it's going to hold a pack of cards, which it is. This is actually going to go into another section that we're going to talk about, and as soon as we can get out of here. So we will be talking about these in a second, but we'll just get them out of here real quick. Looks like he did. It's really nice when Juan, fantastic. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm doing absolutely great. We were in the new house here. I haven't quite got the setup 100% yet. We had some difficulties with the laptop, but that's fine. So right now what we're doing is we're doing some mail time because we like to open some stuff up. I'm on Rise Magic almost every week. We got more stickers. I got to find some place here at the new house to put some stickers up. We did buy a new deck of tally hos. If you're familiar with the other tally hos that I bought, which I think might be over there, or they're right. Oh no, those are the fan backs. They might be over there. Yeah, we'll talk about why this deck is special here in a second. But these are what they offer here on the channel. So let's go ahead and take a look at this letter real quick here. See if there's anything fancy in here. Yeah, much love, brother. Thank you for all the support. Absolutely fantastic. Well, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Go tell mommy. The life of kids. So basically what this comes with is because it is a gaff deck, and we're going to be talking about gaff decks because I do have a nice pile of them. Hold on one second while I readjust here. Close this door. So we have a whole pile of gaff decks now. So I want to actually incorporate that as part of our magic theory because there's a lot to talk about with gaff decks, mark decks, things like that. I'm really starting to deep dive into some of that stuff. So absolutely fantastic. Rise Magic is a great. We've got their cards right over here. I've got 2 piles of cards that I want to talk about today. The one pile is the gaff deck, the mark decks. The other pile is just decks in general that I enjoy. Name and no, we have not. Hi from Malaysia, Ian. I I saw that at first. So the giveaway happens at about 30 to 35 minutes. And that is going to be something that we're going to have to figure out an interesting way to do it. So we'll have to talk about that because my laptop won't connect to the internet. And because of, I was actually going to use my laptop for the live stream and I put the Wheel of Destiny on my phone. Laptop wouldn't connect to the internet. So now I don't have access to the Wheel of Destiny. So we might have to do something fancy. I don't know what. Okay, so this is the second box of stuff here. This is the first. This is the first for me. It's not Chris Ramsey first. This is more Rise Magic stuff. Okay, but this is the first for me because I've ordered merchandise from somebody. And this is going to be, so I'm a hat guy. If you guys know that. You know, I'm usually wearing different hats. So I got a bunch of different hats. This is the Rise logo here. We're going to do a little bit of a review here on some Rise clothing. So this is the first. We're becoming a clothing channel. No, I'm just kidding. So basically, you could get the symbol in the front or you could get it on the side. I opted for the side. I felt like it gave it more of an aesthetic quality. And here in the back, you've got this nice little buckle. And it kind of has a clasp. So it just grabs onto that thing there. So let's take these off here. We're actually going to put this right on. Ooh, very nice touch there on the back, Rise. It just gives you a little bit more, and your kind of so this kind of just slides out here like that. This comes in, I think. Don't actually know. Okay, this comes out through this. This comes in through here, and then down through here. And then there's actually a little slot right there to put this in, kind of to hide the flap there. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I understand. Okay, I understand. Thank you. Okay, can you put a shirt on? Okay, I apologize. This might be a thing. I don't know. Recurring theme here. So this tab actually goes in the back here. So let's try it out here. Okay. Let's take a break here real quick. I do apologize. Okay, the life of children. Awesome. Okay, so on the inside here it says the classics. So let's put it on there real quick. We can always tighten it up a little bit later, but that'll be fine. Okay, so this is going great. We're having some technical issues and we're having some kid issues, so this just makes it a little bit more fun. Okay, next up we've got a shirt. So she has access to 2 light switches that turns off the outlets that power my lighting. So if you see some lighting issues happening, that's because of her. Okay, so what did we order here? I don't even remember. Okay, so this is a long sleeve white shirt with the Rise logo right there. So absolutely fantastic. So what this does, we're gonna put it on over top of our Thundercats here. Take the hat off real quick. I opted for the blue hat instead of the white hat because I got the white shirt, so I wanted a little bit of a contrast. And I figured I went with the long sleeve because it's a thinner material, so it should help as a thermal. And then obviously in the winter I can kind of wear it. I like putting shirts over top, like short sleeve shirts over top of these. So that's really nice there. Then we got to come back with our magic jacket here. This is the magic jacket. If you guys haven't figured out, Uh, blue is my color. You know, that's what we kind of go with here. So I don't know. What do you think? How's it look? Look pretty good. I mean, it kind of hides the logo there, but still that white shirt underneath there really does gives it a little bit more of a pop to it, I think. So that's all we have from Rise Magic. We got the hat and we got the cards. So let's figure out. Let's see here. Oh, Ian's message was deleted. Michael P is on. He's a moderator. I don't remember if I made David a moderator yet. I don't have I. Yeah, David was on. I saw him at first there. He doesn't comment a whole lot, so we're going to talk about some interesting things here. Because you've seen on the channel recently that we've had a couple of things. Oh, where'd they go here? Is that way over there? Yeah, it's way over there. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about how many of the guys that are on right now. How many of you guys or girls? I haven't seen the names there in a little bit. What do you guys? I keep saying guys. I apologize. I'm just thinking here. What do you got? How many of you people are card people? You like cards? I know a couple of you are exclusively cards. You've talked about doing some other stuff in Magic, but for right now, you are exclusively cards. So what is your... Okay, so card people. Okay, so are you familiar? Who's familiar with the DMCs? This is a big thank you to K Studio. Unfortunately, he won a giveaway with these, but the person doing the giveaway wasn't doing international. So he opted to send them to me, and so that was a huge thank you. So these cards are great. Now here's the thing. I'm part of the Magic Guys. It's an open forum Discord that they have going right now. And we talk about cards and things like that. They actually were talking about a deck that was a little bit different than these, because they were actually, when you looked at them, the number and the suit was actually just like written right out on them. Whereas these ones, you know, if you're not a magician, you might, and you don't know the marking system, it might take you a little bit to figure it out. But it's still a wonderful deck. And what I've actually done here is I actually put the crib right on the inside of this protective box that came in it. So what I would do is I would actually say, because the deck box would stay inside of here. So when you take the deck out, you have this extra flap to protect your crib, and you can set that down like that. You can let it fall backwards, but if you let it fall forward, they'll see that. But the idea is that you basically have that crib at your disposal. If you're going to use the box, if you're going to be talking and you've got the table work in front of you, then that's just an extra little thing to protect you. But it can be spotted, so be careful with that. But other than that, we're talking about marked decks for the first one. Not only is this a marked deck, but who can tell me what else is special about these cards that they come in a specific way. They've got a nice little reveal here on there. As far as the cards themselves, the backs are pretty much completely marked in every way possible. But they also come in the Numerica stack. Mnemonica, that's it. The stack, yep. So you can do so much stuff with this. It comes with a passport, which is a nice, it looks like a passport, but it's actually a little magic book that has a bunch of different tricks that you can do specifically with this deck, but also tricks that you can do with other decks, especially if you have stack work, which the only stack that I currently know and have used, Mnemonica, yep, there it is, beautiful, is the Cy Stebbins stack. That's the only one that I've actually implemented and used. And one of the decks that I just got recently, I think, might have been the Spectrum ones, the Tally-Ho Spectrums, were actually the Cy Stebbins stack, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, I mean, the cards feel great. They're a marked deck. So, as far as what you guys are doing in your tricks and stuff, how many of you guys implement marked decks? Because in the Magic community, it's interesting because there are certain magicians that are like, yeah, I don't go anywhere without my marked deck. And then there's other magicians that are like purely, nope, I just use sleight of hand. I don't use marked decks. So what are your guys' opinion on marked decks or gaff decks in general? We've got about a 20. Normally, it's about a 20-second delay, so I'm trying to catch up with you guys because I do go pretty quick. Oh, never used one. See, that's now. Is that from choice or just because you collect? You just kind of collect more of a cardistry type of deck, or what's? Is there a reason behind that, or you just haven't reached? You haven't went there yet. This is the only issue with this little thing here. It's a tight fit in there to get that tab to close. So we're going to leave that right over there. So a lot of you have said that you've never actually used one. So let me talk about this for a second. Is the these are the luxury knocks. And you know, Juan, you're not wrong there, because there are certain things that you can do. Expect, like, if you're using a stack, if you're doing stack work, then you kind of have to stay within the lines of that stack, or you have to perform other things in order to make that happen. Absolutely. There is, to me, in my opinion, this deck feels absolutely amazing. Okay. And I'm a huge fan of foils. So I'm a huge fan of foils. You've got the gold ones. I have all three of them here. One of them will actually be going into the half brick giveaway. If I'm remembering correctly, I think I have 6 decks. If I don't have 6 decks yet, then we'll figure one out before the end of this. So basically, for this type of deck, the knocks were something that, as said by Alex Pandrea, is that the knocks were something that were created in mind to replace Bicycle, or to rival them in a way. So a very simplistic back design. Minimalist has become very popular, and this is even a little bit more. It has that extra border around there. So how many people on here are familiar with the knock marking system? Waiting for that to catch up there. Well, that's catching up. Let me say something else about this here. So we played a little bit of game. We played a game with this card that basically what I would do is I'd hold up a card to the camera, and we would try to guess it. It can be a little bit difficult over the camera, but that is something that you can do with this and kind of play around with it. So the Nox originals are only marked by the suit. Okay, very ingenious system. losing my voice here. But the luxury Nox have actually took it up a notch, and they have marked it for the value as well. So this is a completely marked deck. The only difference is, the 100% secret of this is corners versus rounded. That's it. And the thing is this. How many of you, if we were to play that same game that we've played with that one, and I hold this up like this, how many of you can actually see that card well enough to tell me what the suit is and what the value is? Can anybody see the marking system well enough? See, I gotta come a little bit closer for you. So that is the closest that we had was the club. So we have an ace of clubs. So what's beautiful about this type of marking system is we've already taken out the extra cards and stuff like that. So if I mix up this deck, and I want to force the top card without knowing, because I want to. When you practice false shuffling too much, that can happen. So let's find a different card, shall we? Okay. So now the ace is in the middle. So the top card is not the ace, I promise. So if I want to establish a routine after I've shuffled the deck, I can look at this and I'm talking and I'm looking and I'm saying, we've got these nice cards here. Again, remember, I'm elevating to create this space so that when I go back into a normal stance, we're kind of putting it up in their view, basically, and I'm giving them a reason to look at it, because we've got these beautiful cards, and once you can read this fast enough, you also have to establish where the cards are. So I might be guessing here. I might be guessing, but I think, if I remember correctly, that this is, if I've memorized the cards properly, even if I've shuffled them, I can guess that this is the Three of Hearts. See, that's the Queen. See, I've got it wrong. Oh, so I know what I did wrong. Again, edges versus rounded. I read the rounded and not the edges. So that would be the Queen. Yep. So basically, that's how I would do that. So if you were gonna do something where you elevate it, have them look at it really quick, try to memorize without them getting a good glimpse at the fact that there's corners. Like this one here looks like the two. This is probably the, if I've got it right this time, then this is the Two of Hearts. Okay, see, now we've got it right that time. You wanna guess one more? Okay, let's guess one more here. I'll hold it a little bit closer to the camera. So this actually, this method of doing this gives them a reason to look at the deck, but they have no reason, because laymen, as magicians, we believe everybody's going to find us out. But how are they going to find us out? I mean, there's so much stuff happening, and so we're going to hold this one up just like that. And it's in my blind spot. Obviously, I can see what the card is, but I can't see whether or not the card is in the right orientation. So that's the thing that you got to remember, is that there's an orientation to these, because they are one-sided, but very subtle. So it is the right orientation. So it is hearts. So we have established that it is hearts. And somebody is saying 5. So 5 is correct. 5 of hearts. So yeah, I mean, it's so if you're standing up, you're elevated, you're giving them a reason to look at the deck, but more importantly, well, Christina Champlin, the office is different because we're in the process of moving. And when I say we, I don't mean most of my viewers. I mean you and I. So um so yes, the in particular the cards here, in my opinion anyway, if you guys feel differently, here, let me get my necklace back out here. If you guys feel differently, let me know and kind of share that with us. Elevate it. It gives them a reason to look at the deck, but it also gives you a reason to look at the deck. Because if you're, it's like when you're trying to do a speech and you're just reading off of the paper. You don't want to do that. That's why they got the teleprompters. So what you're doing is you're giving everybody a reason to just look at the deck. I always love the line of, man, these cards are absolutely fantastic. So you're both looking at the cards, but then what you're doing is you're actually going to snap back up to them, make eye contact, then do the switch type of moment. Okay, we're gonna talk about the new house. Is that what we're gonna do here? So let's see here. Did I? Yes. So that is my thoughts on doing a stand up with this is create a moment where you get to look at the mark system here. I wouldn't necessarily draw attention to this one as much, because if they're looking at the backs of these cards for too long, then their eyes might catch things, especially if they do a lot of puzzle type, find the hidden thing here in the picture. Can I use my magic to save Splash Mountain? Um, I do apologize. I'm actually I'm only like a level 1 magician, so I'm not quite strong enough. But maybe if we got enough magicians together, then that would be possible. But for now, alas, I do not have the magical energy to perform that type of magic. So yeah, so I would create that moment, elevation, have everybody look at it, and then create that moment where you're now looking away. You're looking back at them, making eye contact. Eye contact is very important, especially for misdirection, because in psychology, if you're looking at somebody in the eyes, they will either look directly in your eyes or they'll do something very interesting and they'll look away. So you don't want to give them a reason to look at the cards because you've already looked at the cards. Now you're looking at them. Now they might be going, "Oh, okay, what's he doing?" So you're just creating that moment. So in my opinion, as far as marked decks, this one is very subtle. It's very minimalistic, and it's just a very nice deck to have on hand. You got the extra cards here. I still haven't done anything, and I've been saying this for weeks and weeks and weeks. Still haven't done anything with blank cards. Just haven't got there yet. Okay, next up here, we do have the Tally Hose. Okay, so if you guys are familiar with this type of deck, we've got this one here, this one, that one, okay, and this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go close the door real quick. That way we don't got excess noise coming in. Go ahead and pick a card, any card, and put it in the comments real quick. And while we're doing that, yes, giveaway will be next, I promise. I know we're running a little bit long here, but we did have some issues at the beginning, so it kind of got pushed out. 4 of Spades. Okay, so before I got started today, we actually turned one card face down in this deck. So you're probably thinking, was it your card? It probably was. So 4 of Spades, or yeah, I lost it in there. 4 of Spades. Okay, so we're looking at. Okay, I think we've got it. We're trying to memorize. It's somewhere towards the middle, I'm guessing. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Anyway, it's been a while since I've done this, but as you can see, all these cards. We said 9 of. I keep forgetting. Was it 9 of Spades? Oh, here. Yeah, here we go. Right there. So this should be your card right there. The 4 of Spades. Is that right? That might have been right. Yeah. So we had a face down card right there. So this is, of course, this is an invisible deck. Okay. Now, how many people are familiar with invisible decks? Four of Spades. We got it. So invisible decks are absolutely fantastic. And a couple of things that I like. I don't want to give away anything. I don't want. If you know what they are, then we'll keep it at that. But what we want to talk about with invisible decks is this. There are a couple of different ways to handle the invisible deck. Okay? And normally they stay in here. Subtleties. We're not talking magic. We're talking the subtleties behind the scenes, right? So let's say, for instance, you have, and I'm trying to find the one I just had here a second ago. Here we go. So let's say you have another deck here. It could be a red one, a blue one, whatever. Okay, you've got 2 decks, and you can say this. If you are in front of somebody in person, you can say, "Hey, here, I want to play a little bit of a card game with you. Do you happen to have a deck of cards?" You don't? Well, that's okay. I actually have an extra one right here. Invisible deck by Illusionist. I'll have to take a look at them. So in this particular routine, you're actually producing 2 decks. Now, if you're over the camera, same thing. Hey, do you happen to have a deck of cards laying around? Or maybe they have one behind them or whatever, especially if you're doing Zoom or if you're doing a Omegle type video, something like that. If you see that they have a deck of playing cards, then you can go right into this type of routine. You can let them lead and let them take their cards out, and you can just leave your cards sitting right in the front the whole time, not touching, not doing anything. They take a card out, they flip it over, they put it back in, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're like, "Hey, just so you know, I always leave one card face down. It's my lucky card," and bam, it's that card. So if you had picked any other card, it wouldn't have worked. So that's one way to do it. By producing a second deck, you can then create that illusion themselves. Now, the one that Doug Kahn does is absolutely fantastic, is you actually have an invisible deck. There you go. Go ahead and take any card out that you want. They take a card out. They look at it. Okay, you know what card it is? Yep. Okay, go ahead and he'll do like this. Go ahead and put it back in. He'll be like, you put it upside down, and they'll be like, oh no, that's fine. It'll work. It'll work. And then you go into the routine. So this absolutely brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Now I talk about the subtleties and the behind the scenes of magic like this. I've got 9 people that it says it's watching this, so we're not really giving away all these, any magical secrets per se. But when it comes to these types of decks, there are so many other ways to handle it. That's just a couple of different subtleties to have. Is produce 2 decks and let them choose one, but you can always do equivocate and just be like, okay, so which one do you want? Or which, pick a deck. Okay, if they say right, you're like, okay, this is going to be mine. Here's yours. And then if they want left, you say, okay, here, you can have this one. So you can just force that on them like that. And that goes right into a nice routine with the invisible deck. Now, the invisible deck is something that's it's not limited because there's a lot that you can do with it, but anytime that you have any type of deck like that, especially like if you like with this deck, if somebody's looking, if you have your crib here, it can be exposed. If they're looking too long at the back of the card, they might see the mark. That can happen. Let's be honest, if they're looking long enough at these cards, they'll probably see the edges. Now, let's see, we have 2 other decks that we want to talk about real quick here. But we will take a brief intermission because we have to do the giveaway. The giveaway is not done. Thank you. I do like this blazer. I tend to wear it more during the summer because it's a lighter color, so it kind of works out a little bit better for me. Okay, so now it's no surprise that one of my favorite decks out of all the decks are the B decks. I just love, I guess it's the cambric finish or whatever it is with these cards. I absolutely love these cards. I love the blue ones, love the red ones. Love, love, love. These are my absolute 100% favorite deck still, bar none. It's the Metallic Bees. I cannot wait. The Metalux Bees, I can't wait until they start coming out with different colors. So if anybody at any time sees that they have released a different color of the bee, send it. Send me the link. I'll buy it. Okay, so now what we have here is we have some cards here. Let's go ahead, give it a little bit of a cut. We're going to take some cards right out of the middle here, just like that. So these are the B playing cards. This is something very interesting. We've got 2 cards for you here. We've got the Queen and we've got the 9. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We've got some extra little toothpick things laying here. We're going to put one somewhere right there. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do something magical. We're going to use this as a magic wand. I'm going to wave it over the top. And as we wave it over the top, you'll actually start to see that actually lifts up into the air. And the wand can actually pass right underneath, just like that. And then with a little bit of a wave, it'll actually come right back down. This is a 2-card combination gaff that I got when I first bought Memento Moris. When I first realized that they existed, absolutely fantastic. You know the secret. It's great. MNC community, hi. Good to see you. Good to see you. So this nice little gaff here, it's not going to be something. There are certain tricks that I absolutely love because they allow you to do something different. Percival Magic, good to see you. Good to see you. We got so many brand new names on here. We're going to have to start writing names down so that we can figure out how to do this giveaway, since I don't have access to a Wheel of Destiny. So we're going to figure that out. So this is a nice little thing that came with this. You could actually buy the gaff separately because they are, in fact, we're going to give it away right now, magic invisible strings. So we'll give you, if there's a nice lighting in there, you'll actually be able to see. There you go. So you'll actually be able to see that there's some invisible strings there. And if you're far enough away and you have bad enough lighting, you can basically throw that right on top there and you can just make it rise off from the card, and then it'll come back down. So it's a nice little thing that you can do to really produce this magic moment, because you have to have tricks. Like I said, I've got it in with my blue bees. So if I want, and I have these in my pocket. So, or you can, if you're out and about and somebody's got a toothpick or anything like that, you can do that. And then the nice thing about it is these cards are a little bit different sizes, but they're glossy, so you got to be careful with that. But you can use these, and then you can tuck them away, and you've already got your cards out on the table because you've taken these out of the pack to do that. You look nice in beard. I agree. I'm a beard guy. I shaved for a job interview. It was getting a little unruly. If that's what you meant. Either way, I think I look good all the time. That's just me. Um, Gotta have a little bit of a. You have to have some confidence, I think, is where that comes into play. So this is a nice little gaff that you can have as part of another deck, and you can easily just switch that out and just now you've got your bees that you can do a trick with. And here's the nice thing. This is the only guilty thing in the pack. As far as okay, I think here's what we can do. As long as everybody's okay with this, most of the people, there's only I think one or two people that aren't on here that I was going to have as part of the giveaway. But I think everybody else is on here. David, are you still on here? He should be. Sometimes he takes a nap. So we can play the card game. There's only one, like I said, there's only one other person that, or a couple, I have it on here. David is on here. Okay. So I wanted to have, we got Michael P on here, but we have somebody else, a friend of ours, another Michael, that I was going to have as part of the giveaway. I don't know if he is available. Oh, no, he's slacking. Yeah. He's slacking. Yeah, he's supposed to be helping me here move. Just kidding. So I like this aspect of this because it's just a little bit of a subtlety, because all you have to do is once you're done with this, all you have to do, because these cards are still in here, is just say, hey, can you go ahead and give this a mix for me? And then you put these away. I think the best way to do it is by writing our names in a piece of paper and choosing one. Card game. Can we, do you guys want to take a vote on it? We will, we can take a vote on it. How many people want to do card game? Card game. Okay. So we got the card game coming in here. we're gonna use this deck for the card game. Everybody okay with that? Everybody okay with using this deck for the card game? Anybody want to use this deck for the card game? I'll give you a hint. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Okay. I'll give you a hint. Not that one? Not that one. I don't know what the problem is. I mean, I just think, I mean, you can go ahead and pick a card, any card. There was actually, if I can do it, I think I can actually do it like this. Nope, that doesn't work. So Jason Marr did a tutorial on the Riffle fan recently, and he said he was saying that you can do the Riffle fan with the Svengali deck and do it in such a way that it won't show the force card. So I absolutely, and Doug Kahn was doing a subtlety recently with it that was just absolutely brilliant the way he did it. I think it was impressive. Because I always have this moment where I'm like, okay, go ahead and pick a card, and then I'm moving over here to this side, and it just feels too obvious for me. So everybody's familiar with the Svengali deck. And there is so many different ways to do the Svengali deck that I didn't even realize that you guys have to just be aware of the fact like you can't do anything with this deck that you normally would be able to do with any deck. So that's the Svengali deck. Enough said there. I think you guys understand what's going on there. It's a force deck, which is awesome. It's a brilliant thing. So yes, it seems like we are doing the card giveaway, the card game for the giveaway. We're just gonna go ahead and take care of some stuff here. We are at 55 minutes, which means we have gone way over the time for the card game. So let's do the card game. I have so many decks in here that to pick from. This is my favorite deck. We've got this pile of cards that we don't have to take all the decks out for this. I only have 2 more tricks that I want to do to finish up, but then I do want to go through these decks really quick. Are you guys okay with using the Metalux Bees? Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. As the prize, let's get the prizes out. Okay, so we have let's see here. Okay, so we have 5 decks set aside right now, and we've got some other stuff. He will choose a card, and you have to guess it. Okay, so that is the card game. Yes. So we're going to look at the decks that we have here. Here's the good news. Okay. So 5 winners. Well, it's a half brick giveaway. So how do you guys? I guess it's a half brick giveaway for the 4K appreciation. Can they go to different people? There was going to be a 6 deck included. But what, I mean, it's a, okay, so let's take another vote here, because this is for you guys. This is for you guys. We got 4K appreciation. I got more people on the live stream than ever before. We're hitting double digits because of you guys. So do you want to do a half brick giveaway to 1 winner, or do you want to do six winners? But the last deck is going to be a mystery deck, and I promise it won't be the poop deck. 6 winners with a mystery deck, because we have Kickstarters coming in. We have more Kickstarters coming in, and that will be a mystery deck from the Kickstarter, one of the Kickstarters we have coming in. So let's do the card game 6 different times. So here's what we've got. We're going to shuffle up the decks. Yep, we're shuffling up the decks. And the first deck, the Keeper, Sea Green playing cards. Okay, absolutely fantastic deck. So we're going to use the Metalux Bees here. Make sure we give it a nice shuffle. We're going to keep everything below camera here. When we bring up the card, that way we're not flashing anything here. So here we go. Ready? Okay, so this is a little bit of a test round. We've got the card going right here. And we're just guessing. Oh, hold on. This happened so fast. This is the... okay, so Christina Champlin named the Queen of Hearts. And that is the Queen of Hearts. And I just dropped the phone. See, this is what we've got, some great stuff happening here. Okay, so now I'm scrolling back down. I promise I will get better at this as we go. Okay, so the first giveaway for the Seakeeper Green is the Queen of Hearts. Goes to Christina Champlin. Michael P. Hello, yes. Hello, Michael P. From MNC Community, yes. Congrats. Christina Champlin on the Seakeeper Green playing cards. Okay, we're going to mix them up here. Okay, this time we're going to come through here. We got to, because we do have a delay that goes on here. So, based on my estimation, when I show you the playing cards, as I'm bringing them up here like this, that is when you can start guessing, because by then I will have a card up. I think that's will work. So let's see how that works. Okay, here we go. The next deck is the Canis Lupus playing cards. You can start guessing now. We got a lot of stuff coming in here. We were pretty close on a couple of them. And let's see here. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yep. Not seeing it yet. I'll keep them coming in. Oh, this is so riveting. Yes. And no, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Keep them coming. That's Evie. Evie's guessing cards too. You got to be careful, guys. She's guessing. She might get it. And wow. Wow. It's weird being on this side of the card game. Okay, I'm still... Six of Hearts. Naaman got it. Six of Hearts. Naaman Goyle. Naaman Goyle gets the Canis Lupus. Absolutely fantastic. Yes. Okay, so as we're mixing up the deck here, we're going to tell you a little story. So we were watching Rise Magic a couple months ago, and you know how when you're waiting for the like when they first start the music and stuff, and then you're just sitting there, and as soon as the music kicks in, you know that it's about to get started. And as soon as the music was like kicking up and stuff, Chandler was like, "Okay, here we go, ready for a card game." So it was like right as like the music already got you pumping, and then it was just right into a card game. It was pretty thrilling. Okay, here we go. So here's something to put into the perspective here is as we're dropping cards on the floor, is when it comes to the card game, is that it's different on everybody's screen based on servers and stuff like that. Yes, anybody who has one besides my wife, because I can walk into the other room and give it to her, just reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll be able to exchange the information that we need there. Next deck is the Avengers playing cards from Theory 11. And we can go. That's not going to work, people. That's not going to work. I just showed you the card. Yep. Okay, here we go. Oh, not a good time. Not a good time for her to come in. I can't. Okay, we're watching. We're watching. That last one went for quite a while here. Let's see here. Daddy. Hold on. Hold on. Two of clubs. Two of clubs. Two of clubs. I do apologize. Two of clubs came in. I believe it was Juan. Juan got the 2 of clubs. Juan for the Avengers. Yes, so I will post them either in the description, but if you want to check me out on Instagram at Jesse Champlin or at Jesse_Tories_reviews, you'll be able to find me over there. Okay, so Juan was the one that I saw who got the 2 of clubs. Oh, you said it first? Okay, so let's take a brief intermission here. I will scroll back through my comments. Okay. Okay, so on my list, Juan Ramos Arozarena got the 2 of clubs first. Okay. So let's come back down here. And I do apologize, like I said before, I like to make sure that people know that with the card game, everybody's internet is different. And even if 2 people are sitting in the same room, the chat won't come in at the same time. Okay, so we just got to keep that in mind. We've got 3 more giveaways to do, so a lot more stuff happening here. Okay, for the next one, let's see who shall. Juan has won the Avengers deck. Yes. So unfortunately, because of how the game would work here, is whoever shows up on my screen first is the only way for me to determine. Michael P is actually the moderator, but it's okay. He has expressed before that there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, so being able to monitor all that stuff at the same time, I can understand. I do have to make David a moderator as well. That way he can see what's going on there. Okay, so next, let's see who can rise to the occasion to win some Rise playing cards. MNC community, I think. Keep knocking over the phone. Yes, MNC community has got the 4 of spades. MNC community. Chapter Cheese. Hey, Chapter Cheese was close. I'm going to say it was more of fromage. Yeah. Okay, so for the Rise Magic playing cards, the V2s will be announced in July, so we've got that going on. That goes to MNC Community, which I still have to send out your last giveaway, so that can all go out at the same time. Okay, so once everything starts to die down, hey, let's talk trades. We'll do tradesies off the live stream. Okay, we've got 2 more giveaways to go. Complementarily. You might have to elaborate on that. So we have 1 more deck on the table, and then we'll be doing one for a random one. So once everybody is ready to go here, giving the deck a good mix, because I'm gonna try not to get another the same card. Michael P. He can verify that. Because his screen would be different than mine, though, so it's very difficult to. There's definitely a delay in the sense that, as far as how far up somebody would be there, if they're pretty close, then we can do a discrepancy, we can do a dispute, but it's whoever's on my screen first. Type all the cards. Type all the cards, just one at a time. Just type all the cards. That's how you do it. There's no slow mode on here, so they come in pretty quick. Okay. Here we go. For number 5, the gold Nox. Whoa, we've got some gold Nox. Try not to type more than one card at a time. We have a card up, and I'm keeping my eye out this time, making sure that the first one that gets it on my screen. Getting all squinty-eyed here. Gotta see these small little comments. Oh, Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds. We got one. We got a Jack of Diamonds. That would be Nalim Tiagi. Talim with the Jack of Diamonds for the Nox playing cards. Okay, we are at an hour and 12 minutes. We have one mystery deck giveaway to go. Okay, after the live stream, I will check with that. Before we do that, let's have a brief intermission and talk about the Bicycle Rune playing cards. We have here on my finger, we have a nice little Odin's horns there. I have a mask that has it as well. So these have runes around the outside. We're really going with that vibe. So let's see if we can do something amazing with this deck. Okay. Usually there's some extra playing cards in here. Okay. And then we're going to get back to doing the last mystery deck. Okay, whatever that happens to be when it comes in. David has one coming in and I have one coming in. Just so you know, that might be a month or 2 away. Okay, but you will be getting that. So here's what we're going to do with this deck right here. We're going to shuffle it up. Because anytime you start a good card trick, you want to shuffle it up. Okay, and then we're gonna cut the deck into 2 different halves. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna 2 different halves of the deck. Okay, it's all good. It's all good. And we're just separating these piles as we go, because we want about 2 different even piles is what we're looking for here. Okay. Definitely messed up with this trick already. That's okay. We're just kind of playing around here. Something definitely isn't right about this. So this is something you have to be careful about when you do any type of stack work or anything like that. Is that if you've got something that's stacked, there is a good chance that it will get unstacked at some point. Okay, so now we've just been creating these 2 different piles here. I know it's difficult to see down there, but let's see what we got here. We have a pile of black cards, except for the Jack of Hearts and the King of Diamonds. So let's take these 2 red cards, put them down here. Then we have this pile of red cards. Okay, very nice, very nice. So this is similar to oil and water, I believe is what it's called. And we're going to try to mix these up here pretty good. There we go. So this is a pile of red and black cards. pushed into each other and given a pretty good shuffle. Okay. Now this deck is completely mixed up, and there is no way to possibly get them back apart because I messed up. Okay, so this deck, there's your King of Diamonds, in case you were looking for that. And there should be another one in here, but it looks like I've already lost it. Okay, so because we botched that, let's just explain what we were doing. This is the last of the trick decks that I have. This is the stripper deck, and basically what I was trying to do is separate the red and black cards, and then you can go into a find any card routine type of thing. So I really do enjoy this deck. We will be doing some more work with it in the future. So that is something that happened. So Doug Kahn did a lecture on Alakazam, and I think it was like $20 or something like that. It was 2 hours long, and he talked about ring magic, or not ring magic. Well, ring magic. Are you on Facebook? We can also do email. We'll chat about that. Okay, let's get back to the last giveaway because we are over an hour here, and I know we've had a fantastic time. Gmail, yeah, let's reach out to my Gmail, and we'll go from there. So, okay, for the last deck of cards, here we go. And we are ready to go. 9 of hearts, 9 of hearts, 9 of hearts right off the bat. Isaac Fu. Isaac Fu. He got it on three cards in. Isaac Fu. You will be winning. We have 16 people on my screen so far, but that doesn't mean that it's actually tracking everybody that's been on here. Let me scroll back down here. That one was a quick one. Pop-Tart. Oh man, you know what? How about this? How about this? Okay. I got something for you guys right here. Okay, so I don't actually, let's see how I would do this. Okay, here's how I would do this. Okay. Okay, we're holding up a card. Here we go. We're holding up a card. Holding up a card. This is a card. I mean, it's not a, I mean, it's a Dark Monarch card, but it's a card, right? So one of my favorite things to do when we play the card game is to just say, it's just to say like random Pokemon. It's one of my favorite things to do. But yeah, so that's, I have considered it. This is the only Yu-Gi-Oh card that I have left. I have no idea. At some point in time, I must have gotten rid of my other cards. I don't know where they went. So I just have that one laying around. But okay. So if you want to reach out to me on my email, then we will do discussions on there. Okay, we did 6 giveaways. Christina, Nalim, I think Ralim, Talim, Isaac, MNC Community won another one, and Juan won one. So that's everybody. One. Okay, so we did 6 deck giveaways. We will be doing more giveaways. Don't worry. This was my 4K giveaway. This is actually the 3rd half brick that we've given away this year alone. Okay, we will be doing probably another one in autumn because that's my favorite time of year, Halloween. So stay tuned for a really big Halloween giveaway type thing. And then, of course, Christmas is right around the corner from there. So if you stick along with us, we do giveaways every single live stream. And so that is something to keep in mind as well. Yes, you won the Rise playing cards. Yes, I will put all my stuff in the description. I've already seen some Instagram messages come through, so you can always reach out to me on there. Thank you so much, so much, all of you guys. We got 14 people showing. We've got so much stuff happening in the chat that it's hard for me to even keep track of it. This is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much. And like I said, you just stick along. We're going to be doing some more stuff in the future. Here's the thing. I had rings set up. I had sponge balls set up. I had ropes set up here. I even had some, I wanted to talk a little bit about the tricks that we did this last week. And the magic wand, you know. I mean, there's just so much stuff that you can do. And we did just did card stuff. That's all the stuff that I really have to do. I still have to do today's Trick of May video. Who knows? I mean, there's lots of stuff happening on the channel. And like I said, there will be more giveaways. And as far as the giveaways that are going on for this, like I said, it will probably be over the course of the next month that I get those out. And hopefully they can arrive to you in a decent amount of time. I do apologize. We still have MNCs, but he just won another one. So no more giveaways today. It is 1 hour and 21 minutes. I usually hang out for another 5 to 10 minutes just to chat. We can do some more magic stuff. So thank you, Juan. Thank you so much. We'll chat. And yeah, if anybody wants to hang out, we'll do some more magic and we'll just hang out for another 5 minutes or so because the comments have to come in. A lucky draw. Normally I do the Wheel of Destiny, and that would be the best way for me to do that. Yes, you can mail me with the electronic letter, also known as an email. Yes, that's a Thor reference. Congrats. Magic. Let's do some magic. So here's some more stuff. Like I said, it's only going to be another 5 minutes or so. We just want the comments. Anybody wants to hang out for that. So this is one of my favorite little tricks that we do here. We're just going with the 3 of hearts here. I do apologize. There's oh, that's not your card. That's the 4. Well, let's see here. What if that's the 4? Let's see if we can do something here. We're actually gonna try to make sure. Okay, here we go. We got your 4 right here. Let's see if we could actually make that into a 3. Oh ho ho! We made it into a 3. Oh, that's not a 3. What do you mean that's not a 3? Looks like a 3 to me. See? Oh, I get what you're saying. I get what you're getting. Okay, I'm picking up what you're laying down. We'll give it a little bit of a shake, and it turns it into a 3. That is a Jay Sankey. A little bit of a... No, not Jay Sankey. I apologize. Spidey Hypnosis. We haven't mentioned him on the channel in a while. He's doing some fantastic psychology-based stuff over on his channel where he talks about, you know, people lying, things like that. Indicators that can help you pick up on people who are lying. So that's a quick little thing that you can do in order to make this gaff. Please show magic that card comes to top. Okay. Axe body spray or any type of spray like that. All you do is just dab it a little bit on a piece of tissue and just slowly start to wipe that off. And you got to be careful with it because if you don't do it enough, then it'll get blurred in there and it'll stain the card. But that's fine. Do one where the magic comes to the top. Okay, we'll do one where magic comes to the top here. We're gonna magic card comes to the top. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Okay. First off, we have to pick a card for you. Okay. We're just going to pick a card randomly from the middle. Yes, Spidey Hypnosis. That was absolutely brilliant. There's a couple of different ways that you can use it. Okay, so we're going to pick a card from, yeah, the center right there looks pretty good for you. Okay, so there's your card right there. That's the 7 of clubs. Yes. Take a close look at that 7 of clubs. On the bottom, we have the 2 of hearts, but on the top, we have the 7 of clubs. Wait. That's weird. Here, let's try to put it back into the center here. That is in the center. I'm not pulling anybody's leg here. Once that goes into the center, if you don't mess up the trick here, that can sometimes happen. All the cards are different. There's even another 7 of hearts right on the top right there. If you saw that, well, that's a 6 of diamonds. 7 of hearts must have been there somewhere. Oh, here it is. Nope. Still the 7 of clubs. 7 of hearts was in there somewhere, though. I'm pretty sure. Okay. How about we'll do one of these, right? We're going to put this. How do I do it? Actually, I released a video either last week or the week before explaining my ambitious card routine. I mean, that's probably a good place to look. We can talk about a little bit there. Card comes out of the center, and I catch it. And that is your 7. Okay. My ambitious card routine kind of looks like this, which I think Card Mechanic was probably uploading one today. I don't know if it was mine. I am sassy every day because it's fun. Okay, so this is my favorite force. I'm going to show you my favorite force. I actually learned it out of I believe it was the Mark Wilson course book. I have like 4 magic books. But if you take anything away from today, this is called the Slit Force. It's my absolute favorite force at the moment, and here's why. Riffle your thumb down, cover the cards, grip the top card underneath your hand as you're opening up the pack, and show them their 7 of clubs right there. Okay, that's your 7 of clubs right there. That's your 7 of clubs. We put it right on top. We put your 7 of clubs right on top. Now we're going to pick another card right from the center. It's your 7 of clubs right there. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. So let's say we have your 7 of clubs on the top, just like that. Okay, and just like I've just shown you a couple times there, your 7 of clubs is actually right there in the middle as well. And if you look really closely, you'll see it on the bottom too. Okay, now obviously your card is going to be a lot of different places. Okay, now let's say we were to take about half the pack right here, and we were to lift it up into the air above the camera frame, and we dropped it, your card would actually flip over on top. Okay, because that can happen sometimes. Then we're going to shoot it over to this hand, do a little bit of a spin, right? And you're probably wondering where we're going to put it next. Okay, it's actually still on top. We just shot it to the top. This is the trickiest part about what I do, okay, for the ambitious card routine, because it's tricky to catch the card in the center of the pack. Okay, now you're thinking, is this part of the routine, or is he actually messing up? Well, I guess you'll never know. Because one of my favorite effects is padding the runtime. This is actually just patter at this point, because you want to create this moment where you're like, sometimes the card doesn't like to go where it wants to go, okay? But when you can get it to go where it wants to go, you want it to go in the middle. Okay, I don't know. So here's the idea about putting it into the middle, just like that. We caught it into the middle. And here's why I like doing this, because there's another force that you can learn from Chris Ramsey. It's not it's another control. I apologize there. So this one's nice because it's clearly in the middle of the pack. Okay, and then all we're gonna do is just gonna bring it down just like that, push it in. Okay. Now this whole time you've seen multiple times that I can control the card to anywhere in the deck I want. Okay, and the reason why I can do that is because if you look real close at my hand, I've actually got some little glue on there. And I'll show you. Your card just sticks right to my hand, just like that. Okay, this is the last one, and I promise. Okay, we're going to put your card somewhere in the middle of the pack, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to give the cards a little bit of a cut to the table. Okay, now if you wanted to look through the deck, if you were here, you could, but unfortunately you wouldn't actually find your card because I stole it. So that is my ambitious card routine. That basically allows you at the end to put the card anywhere you want. Okay, you could even do something like this. Let's go back into that again. Okay, where I'm cutting the cards to the table just like that. Okay, Now, obviously, the cards are on the table, so let's go ahead and pick the cards up here. Now, if you look very closely, this, okay, I know what you're thinking. You can see through this trick, right? You can see through this trick. You can see through it. Is that too much for you? Is that too much? You can see through it. So that's something that you can do on camera. Obviously, if you were going to try to perform that in person without the angles, you would definitely have to create a moment where, just to show you, this would be in the pocket on the left side. When you get to this point where you're pushing this into the deck, then you just drop the cards to the table. They would see the cards on the table. You're just dropping your hands to the side and you're letting them shuffle the cards. And you're just stealing that out of your pocket and putting it with the card. And then you're taking the deck back and putting it in your hand. I have deep pockets apparently. So you're taking the deck back, and as you're bringing one hand up, you got this one over here, okay, but you're not showing them any of this. You're actually taking this deck, and you're actually going to switch it out and push this deck forward as you drop this deck into your pocket, okay? And then now you're like, well, there's actually, this trick has a problem. It's actually see-through. So something like that with a deck switch. Okay, you guys are asking for my best no setup card trick, okay, or my favorite. Here's my favorite, and then we're gonna go. Okay, last one. It's a prediction trick. Okay, or actually, at the beginning we did a trick, and that was probably one of my favorites. Let's do something like that. Okay, so we've got our two jokers right here. Okay, and now we're gonna take our two jokers and we're gonna put these into the center of the pack. If you were here at the beginning, you already saw this trick, but with the bigger. Yes, that is true. Okay, so now these are clearly in the center of the pack. We've got two different colored jokers. These are the 7-Eleven playing cards. Okay, they're really nice playing cards. And what we're going to do here is we're going to have you pick a card, and we're going to have your card magically appear in between those two jokers. Okay, so go ahead and pick a card, any card. Queen of Hearts, brilliant. So here what we have is we have a joker on the bottom. We have a joker on the top. And somewhere in the middle, in between them, we have the Queen of Hearts. As you can see, there is no other Queen of Hearts in the pack except for your card, your chosen card, okay? Now all we got to do is do the magic move, right? Okay, the magic move. What's the magic move, you say? Well, you can have a wand. Okay, you can snap your fingers, whatever you want to do, right? And what that's going to do is that's going to take your Queen of Hearts and that's going to put it into the center of the pack, in between the two jokers. So that is a nice little sandwich trick. It's a great beginner move to teach you a little bit about handling, to teach you about how to move. When you're performing face-on for the camera, there's something to keep in mind. There's only one angle. So that's why I move around a lot, because technically if you're performing for multiple people, you'd be moving. I agree. Especially if you do something like this, where you're just like, this is a good one. This is a good one right here. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take the Queen of Hearts from these Knox playing cards. We're going to put that right here in my pocket, okay? It doesn't quite fit into that pocket, so how are we going to do this? Right there, just like that. Okay, you can still kind of see it sticking out there. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to find a couple of cards here. Okay, good. Okay. Queen of Diamonds. Okay, so that is the Queen of Diamonds. That's a different card. This one, whereas the Queen of Hearts represents, love and compassion, this one represents maybe not greed, but wealth. Okay, so what happens if we take that card and we rub it next to your card? We actually get the Queen of Hearts. Okay. Now what happens if we take your card and we rub it against the deck? We actually get the Queen of Diamonds. What? I don't. I would say I'm gonna steal this line real quick. I am the best magician in a 10-foot radius. Okay, so the secret to that particular trick is this. There's 2 queens in the pack. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So all I did was I just took one of the queens, stuck it here, and then I performed a double lift, making up some pattern about the queens, already picking up the second queen, rubbing it on your queen, and then putting it down here. Then I took your queen. So now what happens if we take your queen, which obviously you don't show it, or you can show it, but you would just say, okay, what if I rub that on the deck and perform a top change? Okay. Well, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. And this is the part where we come to a close. We're going to give it a couple of seconds here as the comments come in. Why do I keep manhandling the queens? Well, they're not. I'm not manhandling them. They're just in a position of power. So remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next one. As I'm cleaning up and stuff, you have to sleep. Well, thank you for being here, K Studios. We appreciate it. Appreciate everything that you guys do. Sleeping being one of them. Gotta stay healthy. The lucky draw. Are you referring to the Wheel of Destiny? Is that what you're referring to? See you in a minute. Bye. I can't actually push. I should probably attach something to the bottom of this so I can use it to like a screen pointer thing so I could actually stop the live stream with it. That'd be fun. Okay. Bye, Ian. Thanks for joining. We will see you guys later.